Today I want to teach you something, guys. So, we're going to learn how to invite someone to come to church with us in sign language. I'm going to do this slow so that you guys can do it with me. So, we're going to invite someone to come to church. So, looking at the person, we're going to say come. So, you're going to take two fingers and you're going to point towards you, come, because you're asking them to come with you, not anybody else, right? So, they're going to come with you. Today, you're going to make a Y, like at the end of every day is a Y, today, and you're going to say now. This is now, so you're going to put them down. So today, so we said come today. You say with me. With is thumbs up together. With, this is with, put them together with me. Point to me. So come today with me, and church, you're going to put one hand flat, the other hand you're going to make a C with, and that C you're going to tap onto the floor. It's a church. That's church. So church. So to say it all together, you're going to look at the person, you're going to say come today with me to church. Now that's how you invite somebody to church in American Sign Language. What did you learn there? Right? We learned something new. We learned how to invite someone to church. We learned how to communicate with someone who may be deaf or hard of hearing. We learned how to sign with our hands, right? Communicate with our hands. We learned how to follow instruction. I was your teacher in that moment. And in today's reading, we learn about teachers. This is a sign for teacher. Imagine like a hat, right? A hat. You're going to hold on to that hat, and then you're going to say teach. You're going to say, you're just going to pump it twice, pump your hat twice, and then put your hand straight and all the way down. A person. Teacher, person. So this is a sign for teacher, right? We're going to talk about a teacher. Our gospel reading talks about a teacher today. And a teacher is someone who helps you acquire a knowledge or a skill or a virtue, or someone who instructs you in something, someone who helps you learn something. So not only is it your teachers at school, right? But it could be your parents, your grandparents, your friends may teach you how to use a toy or how to play basketball, right? A lot of people in our lives are teachers. But there's one greatest teacher of all, and that is Jesus. And that's what our gospel reading is about today. Today, we read how Jesus is the teacher of all, and he heals someone, and people know his amazing grace and that he is God. And they call him the greatest teacher. And why is Jesus the greatest teacher? Well, let's think about it. Does he help us acquire knowledge? Yeah, he does. He helps us know God, right? He helps us learn about God and God's love and God's grace, right? Jesus does that, check. Does he help us acquire a skill? Well, yeah, skilled how to love somebody. I now know from watching and listening to Jesus' teachings how to love others, right? Jesus tells us to love others as he loves us. So there is teaching going on there. We've learned some skills. How about Jesus instruct us in anything? What do you think? Well, he instructs us to love one another, right? He instructs us in a lot of different ways. He taught us new things. We've learned a lot on how to be God's children through Jesus. So I think Jesus is the best teacher of all. So this week, here's what I want you to do. You're going to read the gospel this week, and you're going to hear the sermon this week, and you've heard my children's sermon this week. So what I want you to do, from everything that you heard about in this worship, I want you to then pick a Bible story about Jesus. It can be in your Spark Story Bible. It can be in your regular Bible. You're going to pick a story about Jesus that you really like, right? Something Jesus did, something Jesus taught us, something about Jesus. You're going to read it in your Bible with your family, and you're going to ask yourself, what did he teach me? What did I learn from Jesus when I read this? And then whatever you learned, go out and do it. Go out and teach it to others, right? If Jesus taught us to love others, even the people who we may not like very much, right? Go out and do it. Go out and show the people that you have a hard time loving that they are loved, at least by God, right? They are loved. They are important people. They matter. Whatever Jesus teaches you from what you've heard in this worship and reading your Bible, go out and do. Be disciples and be great teachers of God.